I am very proud to be from the west coast of Scotland. It is one of the most beautiful areas in the world, never mind just Scotland, but it's also one of the most rugged, one of the most respectful. You can't go to an environment like the west coast of Scotland and not be a bit respectful to the environment in terms of the beautiful hills, the rugged coastlines, whether you're sailing or mountaineering. And Talisker really personifies that. There's different influences on flavour. One of the things that's dominant for Talisker at the start of the whole process is how we prepare the barley that comes into the distillery. Peat is compressed vegetation over hundreds of years and has always been used as a fuel source, and it leaves this wonderful rich aroma in the house. But it's also been used for drying barley historically as well, because part of the process before we even get to the distillery is that the barley comes off the field. We have to break down the cell walls within the barley so we can get access to the starch. Now basically what we do is we trick the barley into thinking it's springtime. We soak it to help aggravate this and break down the cell walls. We then allow it to germinate over a period of time, and that's when it starts to think about growing new barley. When it starts to think about that, we stop the process, and we stop it by drying it down to about 2 to 3% moisture content. And we do this on what we call a kiln floor, which is basically just a big floor with a kind of sieve below it where we push hot air through it like a big hairdryer. And this process dries it right down. Now, we can influence flavour here by also adding in addition of peat smoke. So basically all we do is we start a fire with this stuff below it. Now the fire is actually deliberately kept wet, which sounds bizarre, but we throw this on. We don't want flames coming off it. We want it to smoulder, because if you allow flames to come up, it leaves a very bitter, nasty flavour. But if you have a white smoke coming off it, it leaves a lovely, soft, sweet flavour. So that's where, and you'll notice I've got two examples. This first barley here is completely unpeated, dried purely with hot air, and you'll get that wonderful, soft, malty, almost bread-like, nutty aroma in comparison to that stuff there, which is a wonderful, smoky, rich nose to it.